Hi there, it's Monday the 15th of June, not June, July, and we're going to just have a quick playtest of Archeology Rush. If you don't know what Archeology Rush is, it's a 1 to 4 player, 1 to 4 player cooperative kind of competitive puzzle platformer where you have to collect treasures to become the kind of richest, most famous archaeologist. And these updates are basically just where I chronicle the sort of new features for any particular week, and just show what I've changed. It's not a particularly big week that's changed. Last week we had a pretty significant infrastructure change where if you go back to previous videos, you'll see that the kind of flow of levels where you'd start and spawn in these kind of spawn points, and then you complete the level, and that'll be it. Whereas now we have a kind of kind of more free flowing level generation. So that is what I worked on last week. But this is not the update video for last week. This is the update video for this week. And what I've done this week is basically just tighten that up and backport all of the old levels into this new system. So you'll now notice that the button for this maze has changed, which is great. And so it's now much easier to kind of navigate. And now you actually, when you leave, you kind of you can go from one tunnel, one chamber to another. One of the major things I've done this week is just make it so that you can leave and re-enter different parts of the map without the whole system breaking. So one I know here, I think you can maybe see with this line, is that this is actually a border between two different maps. And so the interesting thing is, if you go back and forth between this border, the kind of level generation doesn't break. Now it handles that kind of that change. I've also kind of it's just me playing, so I can't show this off, but I've also added this new system to the new to the 2 to 4 player variants. Whoop. Been making this for a year now, and yeah, still no good at it. Some of the edges kind of look a bit rough, and this flow is definitely not the kind of final flow. Interestingly enough, yeah, so I don't think that interesting. So there's a little kind of bug there with things going back in. I have to look at that. But yeah, so it's still very much kind of work in progress. But no, it really is kind of getting there. And I'm gonna start kind of just improving the flow. There's one small design change that I would like to make before we can really kind of crack on with polishing. And I think I'm going to try and get character done this week and this design change, and then get this into playtests. And I'm also going to try and get the levels into more of a new polished setup. So yeah. Oh, looks like it's just broken. I think it must have been that setup. This is the thing, is that it's still very much a work in progress, this game, and this is like very new, and I've been quite busy over the last 2 weeks with the Euros, and just other family events. We've still got the deadline of the 26th of August. And that's why I'm kind of trying to pad in the design features, because if I can avoid cutting something, that would be preferable. At the moment we get more than enough treasures, so no need to stress about that. Oh, interesting. Well, I guess we're gonna have to leave it there today, because yeah, that's broken. But yeah, I mean, just all the part of just modern, just kind of this kind of game development. But yeah, so that's the real kind of changes, is fixing that up, getting it kind of more playable. But it looks like there's more work in the tank. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good week. Goodbye.